Honestly, I've been asked this question before and I've struggled to find an answer, but I think I finally found an answer, and that answer would be to have the stage be less cold.
Hey guys, it's Adam with Akshon Esports, and today I'm here with Silkthread of the LA Gladiators. Silkthread, how you doing, man?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. So we have arrived at the last week of the Overwatch League's inaugural season, and while the Gladiators still have a lot of Overwatch yet to play, I'd like to take this opportunity to reflect on the season as a whole. To start, can you just tell me a little bit, like in a broad sense, how you felt about the season?
Overall, this season, I guess if I want to be a little bit cheesy, I can say it changed my life. Because it's kind of the first time I've ever went professionally in a game. This is my first technical work experience as well. So just from a broad point of view, I've learned so much about myself, about how to work with others better. But in terms of gameplay wise, I think both Valiant and Gladiators, the LA teams I was on, very happy with my time on it and how we performed overall.
What would you say has been a personal highlight for you this season?
A personal highlight for me, I think, would be learning how to deal with high stress situations and learning how to better, kind of take frustration and change that into something more productive. Because that's something I always struggled with throughout my life, especially in high school. I wasn't too good at balancing stress, but I've definitely felt like I'm getting a lot better at it, and I'm learning to use things more, view things more as learning experiences rather than negative experiences.
How would you say the Gladiators have grown as a team? I know you came in about halfway through the season, but you were also part of the Gladiators at their strongest. So what have you seen in terms of the Gladiators' growth?
So when I joined the Gladiators, we've only gotten a lot stronger in terms of communication and team play, and how these little things that change the games, like how we can emphasize and really capitalize on it. So from my point of view, we were never, I don't think whenever I joined we were considered like a weak team or anything. We were always very strong, and we've only just gotten better at learning. Our two matches against Spitfire and New York, where we reverse swept them, I think that really showed how mentally strong we were as a team, to never ever be put in a situation where you lose two maps and then it's over. Everybody on the team, if anything, was a motivation to even try even harder. So I think that's something that's super important for a team, is that mental strength, and that's something I've seen grow a lot stronger as the season passed.
What would you say is your team's greatest achievement?
I think the greatest achievement for our team is probably reverse sweeping both New York and Spitfire. Just because coming into that match, everybody was confident, right? But it was when we were down two maps against New York that everybody started feeling a little bit of doubt, I'm sure. But being able to pull that reverse sweep off, it showed that we truly can beat every team in the league as long as we play our game and do our thing.
I think a lot of people were incredibly surprised about the sheer amount of fan engagement that the Overwatch League has gotten, especially when compared to other esports. What would you say the league has done best with its fans, and how would you take it a step further next season?
I think what the league does amazing with its fans is how after game there's a fan signing that's organized and helped by Blizzard, and adding on to that, there's also a lot of ways fans can support, even if they're not in LA. But something they could improve on, I'm not completely sure. Maybe just have smoother, I don't know, because at the moment it seems like Overwatch League it's all based in LA, right? But if teams are more centralized and went to their own locations, that provides its own problems in terms of scrimming other teams and stuff like that. But I mean, it does help build a local fan base. It's just, it's something that I look forward to in the future.
I'd like to ask you the same question about your team. What do you think the Gladiators have done best to engage with their fans, and how would you take that a step farther?
I think the Gladiators have done a fantastic job interacting with fans in general, just in terms of how much events we have going on. We also have a lot of digital ways to interact with fans. We have game day viewing parties and stuff like that. So I think that's really good on Gladiators. I think we've done a really good job on building a local fan base. Something we could do better is having more real life events for fans to go to, because I know that's always super fun. But it is hard because not every fan can go to every event.
So some of the most hyped games we've seen this season were the Battles for LA, and you were a part of all of them, funny enough. So what would you do to kind of capitalize on that maybe next year to make it even more hype and make those Battles for LA like the headlining events?
Honestly, I think the best thing would probably be to schedule them on Saturdays when most people are free, just because the crowd is always more full on Saturdays. So having the crowd be even more full because it's Battle of LA and it's a Saturday, then I think that would, fans and just watching the games in general creates so much more energy, especially during the match, and creates much more hype. So it's just...
So let's talk about Overwatch League as a whole for a minute. As one of the players who's been around since Stage 1, how would you say the Overwatch League has changed since preseason?
I think it's gotten a lot more polished, both in-game, behind the scenes. For example, players have access to overhead map views now, and their own team's voice comms, and at least in Stage 1, that wasn't something I was aware of. So being able to have access to those resources to better perfect your own team and to learn from your mistakes and stuff like that, I think it really helps, and not just any team, but every single team. It helps every single team if they take that advantage to improve at a faster rate.
The stage system has been a topic of conversation in recent months, with some people loving the meta shift and the resets that the stage change provides, while others are wishing the league would stay more in tune with the live patch. How did you feel about the 4-stage system, and how did it affect your team?
I think the 4-stage system is pretty unique. I think it's good in terms of that it allows for that. It allows for a mental reset for every team, but beyond that, it also, like you said, allows for changes in the meta to be more natural. It's had that little break in between to practice the new meta, so not everybody's just going into it and doesn't know what the heck's going on. So I really like the 4-stage system. I don't have any complaints or anything to say about it, really, honestly.
What, if anything, would you add to or change about the league for next season?
Honestly, I've been asked this question before and I've struggled to find an answer, but I think I finally found an answer, and that answer would be to have the stage be less cold. Because personally, as a player, especially being someone who grew up in Texas for 18 years, it's very difficult for me to perform like I do in practice a lot of the times, just because of how cold it is on stage and how shaky my hands can get due to the temperature. So
we have a lot of teams in Contenders and outside of there that would love to make it to the league at some point. Are there any teams in Contenders or outside of Contenders that you would be excited to face off against?
I mean, in general, I haven't followed too much into the Contender scene, though I know Fusion University seems to be a very strong team, and I'd be excited. A lot of their players I think are super talented, so I'd be excited to see them in Overwatch League. Last question. What are you most excited about for Season 2? I guess a new meta. I would be more excited about. I do like this meta, but I'm always excited about new metas because that period of time where teams are learning how to optimize and how to better efficiently play some compositions, I think is the reason why I love Overwatch so much, because it shows how much teamwork and discussion actually brings to the table. And having the meta be dive for however long, it wasn't as much as innovation as it was just perfecting what was already good. And so having a new meta, I think, is something I'm really excited about. Silkthread, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations once again. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Adam from Akshon Esports. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And for future Overwatch League content, including interviews, highlights, and more, check out AkshonEsports.com.